Yes, now it has started. Yes, Rama. Whose name is first in today's list?
Aditi Jain.
Aditi Jain. Yes, Aditi Jain. Come on. Aditi Jain. Is she there or lost?
So she's having some internet problems.
Aditi Jain has joined. Let's see for 1 minute. Otherwise, we'll call the second participant. Again left, again joined. Yes, she is trying to connect, but probably there is some issue. Okay. Rama, second name?
Swarnim Goyal.
Swarnim Goel. Are you there, beta? Swarnim?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, beta. So take the screen. Go ahead. All the best.
So today I'm going to present chapter My Childhood and it is extract from Wings of Fire. So Abdul Kalam was born in a middle class Muslim family in Rameshwaram. He had three brothers and one sister. His father is generous and wise man and his mother is kind. Name of his father is Jalaluddin and her mother name is Ashiamma. His father lived a simple life and but he provided all necessary to his children. His parents were neither educated or rich, and many outsiders ate with the family every day. Kalam was only 8 years old when the Second World War broke out in 1939. Then there was a great demand of tarmint seed. Abdul used to collect those seeds and sell them in market. His cousin distributed newspaper. Due to World War, the train was not allowed to stop at Rameshwaram, so the newspaper was thrown directly by the train, and he and his brother used to collect, and he get his first money. Kal- Kalam's family respect all the religion. He took part in Hindu festival also. His mother and grandmother tell the story about Ramayana and the life of Prophet of children at bedtime. Kalam had three close friends: Ramanathan Shastri, the son of a high priest of Rameshwaran temple, Arvindam, and Shiva Prakasham. They have different religious background and upbringing. They never felt any difference among themselves. They adopted different professions when they grew up. One day, Abdul was in fifth standard at Rameshwaram Elementary School. A new teacher had come to class and he used to wear a cap. He set him apart a Muslim Kalam every sat with front row next to Ramanathan Shastri, but the teacher could not tolerate a Hindu priest's son sitting with a Muslim boy. Kalam was asked to sit back back to the back bench. Both the felt both the friends felt very sad and told their parents about the incident. After school, Ramanathan's father called the teacher and told him to may apologize or leave the school and the island. Once Abdul science teacher invited him to dinner at his home. His wife refused to serve Kalam dinner in her kitchen as she believed in religious segregation. The teacher himself served his food and, and sat beside him to eat his own meal. His wife observed from behind the door and did not found any change in Abdul's behavior. After dinner, teacher again invited to join him in the next weekend. This time, the wife served food inside the kitchen with her own hand. The second war ended. Kalam asked to his father to permit him to go to to Raman, Ramanpuram to study. His father knew that Kalam would have to go away to grow up, and so he permitted him. So he told his hesitant wife, and she should give her children their love, but not force them to thought on them. Thank you.
Is that all?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tell me which section of the story has impressed you most.
Sir, when the teacher called the teacher and the, and he tell to either apologize or leave the silent.
What is the reason that you liked this most?
Uh, as this re- in this part, it shows to remove the religious segregation.
Very nice, very nice. The discrimination in the name of religion or caste or any kind of reasons is not a good practice, and such acts take us out of all such practices, and that's why you liked it. Very good, beta. Yes, Rama, who is next?
Sir Yashika.
Yashika, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. All the best. Turn your camera on. Hmm.
Shri Sairam. My name is Yashika Kushwaha. I am telling the story of Happy Prince, written by Oscar Wilde. This is a story about the statue of Happy Prince and a little swallow. The Happy Prince was a beautiful statue stored on a tall column high above the city. The statue was covered with thin leaves of gold. He had sapphires for his eye and a ruby in his sword. One night a little swallow flew a fly over the city. He was tired and wanted to spend the night between the feet of the happy prince. As he was ready to sleep, just then a large drop of water fell on him. It was curious as there were no clouds in the sky. Then another drop of water fell on him. The swallow decided to look for another first. Then a third drop fell on him. He looked up and saw that these were the tears from the eye of the happy prince, and the swallow fell with pity. The swallow asked, "Who are you, and why are you crying?" The happy prince told that swallow that he lived in a place while he was alive and had a kind human heart. There was no sorrow at all, and his country called him the Happy Prince. After his death, he had been set up on a high pillar. His heart is made up of deeds, yet at it always weeps when he sees the youngness of his city. He told the swallow that far away in a little street, a little boy of a was sick. He was crying. His mother could not think of to eat. He asked the swallow to give the ruby to the poor woman when he was going to Egypt. But he obeyed the happy prince, and then he flew and laid the ruby on the table of the poor woman. Then the happy prince saw a written. Uh, he was suffering from cold and was hungry. Happy Prince asked the swallow to give one of the sapphires to the writer. The swallow did not want to pluck out the sapphires from his eye, but he obeyed him. But he ordered him unwillingly. After that, the happy prince saw a match girl and her match fall into the gutter. At his command, the swallow very unwillingly plucked out the sapphires from other eye of the happy prince was totally blind. The sapphires into the plum of the match girl. Then the happy prince allowed the swallow to fly away to Egypt. But the Solo decided to stay with the blind prince forever. The Solo report about the sacrifices of the starving people at the command of the happy prince. The Solo took of the golden leaves from the statue and distributed them among the poor people. Now the statue was dull and grey. The frost made the Solo cooler and cooler, and he was about to die. He flew to the happy prince, who begged him, kissed, and Solo fell down, died at the feet of the statue. The The lead heart of the prince broke into two. The higher order that the statue should be plucked down because it was neither beautiful nor useful. The broken heart did not melt in the furnace. It was thrown away on a dust heap where the died swallow was also lying. God asked the angels to bring the two most precious things in the city. God praised the angel chose in bringing him the slender heart of the happy prince and died solo. The central idea of story is the love and sacrifices are important value in human life, and happiness comes to those who make the others happy. The theme of the story will be that we must help the poor. The prince set an example of this by giving his jewelry to poor. The solo also provide to be a great example of love and sacrifices. Best part of the story is that when the happy prince giving jewelry to poor people, the characteristics are the statue of Happy Prince, the solo town councillors, stemsters, the playwriter, little match girl, God. My favorite character is the statue of Happy Prince. Some important points are the Happy Prince is the in the story is a statue of died prince decorated with gold leaves and precious stones. The instead could kill the swallow was the little swallow lost his life in ha- helping the poor. Thank you, Ansaram.
Okay, beta. Now, Yashika's presentation is over. Who is next, Rama?
So Janvi.
Janvi. Come on, beta.
Salam everybody. Today I am going to summarize the chapter in the Kingdom of Fool, which is written by the R.K. Ramanujan. There was a kingdom where kings and ministers were idiots. They didn't want to run things like old kings and another kings. So they decided to change night into day and day into night. And anybody who disobeyed would be punished with death. One day, a guru and his disciple visited that kingdom. They were surprised to see how the whole kingdom works. After looking all that, Guru decided to leave that place as he felt danger. But the disciple decided to not leave the kingdom because everything was cheap in the kingdom. He wanted to eat only. Unfortunately, an incident happened in the kingdom. One day, a wall was fallen in the thief. So her brother went to royal court and asked for justice. Then the king decided to give justice to him. So the king called now the owner of the house. When he came, he said, "It was not my mistake. It was mistake of wall maker. He didn't make a strong wall." Then king called the wall maker. He said, His mind was not on it. This was a mistake of a dancer who walked up and down in the street. Then King decided to call the dancer. When the answer came, she said he it was not her mistake, it was a mistake of Goldsmith. He was making some jewelries for her. He forced her to walk up and down all day. Now King decided to call Goldsmith. When Goldsmith came, he told that it was not his mistake. And yes, he called many times the answer because he had to finish rich merchant orders, so he was not able to finish the answer jewelries. Then the king asked the name of merchant. After this, they know that the owner of house was son of that rich merchant. So the king decided to give debt to owner of house. Next day when he was going for stay, then they find that owner of house is too thin to properly execute it in the stake. Then king decided to call a fat person. Then they find disciple, and that time he was fat because of eating lots of bananas, rice, ghee, wheat. Then he prayed from center of heart, asking to hear the cry. However he was asking this, saying this prayer for the guru. The guru saw everything in a vision. As soon as guru arrived, he told disciple to whisper. When he went to the king, asked who is greater. Then, uh, then king replied, of course, guru is greater. Then guru said, then put me to the stake first. Then disciple said, no, 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 put me first in the stake. Then they start fighting. Then king is not able to understand why. Then king called guru and ordered him to tell why. Guru said, the person who put first in the stake will reborn king in the future and second will be minister. So in night, king and minister went to stake and stake themselves to not lose the kingdom. After that, the guru became king and disciple became minister. And they change all old laws. And theme is fool persons are more dangerous than a smart person. It's required patience and wisdom to handle people who are foolish. Message: we should not be greedy and we should always listen to our elder ones. We should stay away from foolish peoples. In order to tackle foolish people, one should employ wisdom, not logic. Best part of story, according to me, is that the Guru saved his disciple with his wisdom. And the characters are kings and minister, owner, brother of thief, dancer, wall maker, goldsmith, merchant, disciple. According to me, Guru is best character because he was a smart person and having some magical powers and he have lots of wisdom and courage. Thank you, that's all.
Okay. Any question?
No, sir.
Now next. Rama, tell the next name, beta.
Krishyamina.
He is having some problem, he has written. So who comes after Shyam?
Sir Pragya.
Pragya. Are you there, Pragya?
Yes, sir.
Take the charge of the screen. Go ahead. All the best.
Sir, can I start?
Yes, beta.
Om Shri Sairam. My name is Pragya. My topic is Weathering the Storm in Assam. Name Name of the author is Harsh Monday. Summary of this chapter is Prashant went to his friend house on 27 October 1999, and he was very courageous and very brave boy. There is one super cyclone came on this, and everything was destroyed, and horrible cyclone and super cyclone is coming up, and there was a great destruction in this. Prashant prashant sorry sir, मैं हमेशा भूल जाती हूँ. Theme of the story is when storm take place due to the destruction and many people are die. Best part of the story according to me, Prashant is very courageous, and he had to know that he is very courageous. Every character of this chapter is Prashant, his metallic grandmother, his family, and many other pupils in the NGO. And My favorite character is Prashant because he is very courageous. Sir, done.
I don't think it is done. At least you need to summarize it properly, beta.
Yes, sir.
Can you retell the summary of the story right now? Or are you not prepared today? Pragya? Chalo, probably she is not able to speak. She is not even saying yes or no. Are you there or your connection is lost? Rama, is someone left in the list?
Yes, sir.
Who?
Sir, Gunika and Ayush.
Gunika and Ayush. Gunika, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Come on. Start, beta. And Ayush, get ready.
Om Shri Sairam. My name is Gunika Mishra, and my chapter is A Truly Beautiful Mind. This chapter is about famous scientist Albert Einstein. Albert
If
Einstein
you do
was
not
born.
have connectivity problem, turn your camera on. Yes, beta.
Albert Einstein was born on 40 March 1879 in Germany. His mother thought that Albert was a fake, and his father had seen movies and saw him as a half Egyptian, and his playmates called him Brother Boring. His mother was against Meleba, as she was 3 years older than her son and was a book just like him. He used to go high school in Manuch but left it at age of 50. Einstein was highly gifted in mathematics and interested in physics. He received the Nobel Prize for Physics in 1921. He immigrated to United States when Nazism came to power in Germany. The message we get from the story is that a truly beautiful mind possesses not only vision but also make sincere effort to use this vision for the well-being of mankind. Thank you.
Tell little bit about the story also. Tell little bit about the lesson, what is given in the lesson. I'm afraid I may not consider it as a complete presentation, bachchan. Chalo. Ayush, am I audible? Somebody can respond.
Yes, yes. Yes, sir, you are audible.
So I'm not audible only to Gunika and Ayush. And before that, I was not audible to Pragya also. Rest, I'm audible to everyone.
Yes,
So it
sir.
is whoever has got a turn to speak is not able to listen to me. Where is Ayush? Okay, then we are stopping all the presentations here. Those who have done, fine. Those who could not do, it's okay. It's okay means we are not getting another chance. Okay. So perhaps we had 5, 6 students today and 10 earlier, as Rama told me. So I will expect Rama to prepare a list of all those students who have already presented and give it to me, or WhatsApp, post it on my personal WhatsApp window so that I can recall how many of you have done, and then I can mark according to that. And now those who have not given or those who don't want to make presentations, fine, nothing can be done. But yes, marks cannot also be given.
Sir,
It's done now. We are done.
sir,
Okay.
should I include Pragya's name also?
You include because she started, she spoke a little bit, so I'll give marks according to what she said. Okay. Include Nika perhaps. Accordingly, marking will be done. But yes, I'm afraid those who did not present at all will be in a little problem. Sham Meena is asking, can he? He can. Whoever wants can always do, but if you don't want, what can be done, beta? Sham Meena, go ahead if you want to. Shamina is asking for the permission. I have allowed. Shamina, beta, if you have problem in camera, doesn't matter. You can speak without putting your camera on. No, he is not speaking. Out of those who are there online today, Aditi Verma has not yet presented. Akshara Meena has not yet presented. No, Akshara has done perhaps last time. है ना? Akshara? Okay, I'm reading the names from here. Rama will post it on my WhatsApp. But out of those who are right now present, I'm simply cross-checking. Aditi Jain, have you made your presentation? No. Aditi Verma, have you made your presentation? Aditi Verma, not. Akshara Meena, have you made your presentation? Akshita Meena,
Yes, sir, I present.
I means who? Who is speaking? Akshara is saying this. And what about Akshita?
Yes, sir.
You made your presentation?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Gunika Mishra has just now done a little bit. Now, who is this? Hitendra Saini. He has not presented, as far as I remember. Hitendra, unmute
Sir,
your
कल
mic
कर
and tell me, have you presented or not?
No, sir.
Okay, then your turn is gone. Janvi has presented today. Mukund Meena. Mukund, have you presented? I think not. Mukund, unmute your mic. It's already 3:40. Tell me quickly. Nilay has presented. Right, Nilay?
Yes, sir.
Pujit Srivastava has also presented, it seems. Pujit, tell me.
Yes, sir.
And I think Pujit is that boy whom I asked to record and send, perhaps.
Sir, you asked of Nakul or Nakul.
Maybe not recording, recording of the story. Now it is already 3:40, 3:41. So today's time is up. Somebody is asking for the permission to present. I cannot give. And after today, there is no permission. Pragya Kushwa has done. Rama Nikra has done. Ratika Gaur. Ratika Gaur perhaps did in the previous class. Ratika, unmute your mic. Ratika,
Yes, sir, I have presented.
just a minute. I'm asking a question to Nilay. Nilay, unmute your mic and speak to me.
Yes, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
You keep your mic on, okay? You keep your
Yes,
mic
sir.
on. Because I'm constantly calling some names, but these children are not responding. So I'm confused whether my voice is reaching you or not.
So,
Okay?
yes, sir, you are clearly audible.
I'm clearly audible. Then
Yes,
why are
sir.
these children not responding when I asked Ratika Gaur, when I asked Sajid? They did not respond. They are here online, their videos
Yes,
are
sir.
off, their mics are off, and I'm calling their names, but they are not responding at all, neither saying yes nor saying no. What does it mean? I was confused whether there may be some problem from my side that my voice is not reaching. So,
So,
Nilay,
you
you
are
keep your
audible.
mic on and you keep on telling me, okay,
Yes,
when I
sir.
ask. So, I'm
Yes,
audible
sir.
as you said. Then,
Yes,
what is
sir.
the problem with Sajid? Sajid, speak. Unmute your mic and speak to me.
Sir, there was a network
No,
problem.
beta, it is not always a network problem. Just 1 minute ago, you did not even unmute your mic and respond to me. When I cross-checked it, you are saying that there was connectivity problem. Ratika, you also did not respond when I constantly asked you.
Sir, I
Now you are
responded in the
responding.
chat.
Now you are responding because I have cross-checked from Nilay. Beta, don't do like this. Don't do like this. I can understand there is a problem of connectivity. There may be such issues, but sometimes it is not like that. Sham Meena has not presented. He tried, but he could not. I will give only Sham Meena a little chance of 2-3 minutes in the next class. Only Sham Meena. Because he was trying today. He constantly asked for my permission. Sham Meena, can you hear me? Sham Meena or Mukund Meena? Who was asking for my permission? Yes, Sham Meena was asking. Sham Meena, unmute your mic. See, again he has gone. Fine, no problem. I'll allow Sham Meena to make his presentation in the next class because he has tried 2-3 times. He could not.
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Now I'm stopping the recording of the class today because it is already 3:45. We are done with today's period.